Okay, here we're going to do a test on this hot air sealer. We're going to apply this seam tape to this stitch seam. So we can see that we have the tape threaded through the machine. It goes back on the other side through a tensioner and then up to the spool on the top. So we have it going behind that nylon roller, then down here, and then through this. This is a tensioner here with two parallel rods on either side of that nylon, and then you can see that you're supposed to slide these guides over. So obviously the machine has some setup that needs to take place in order to make a bunch of quality seals in production. And we just put the tape in there, we only had to run 4 or 5 runs and adjusted the temperature a little bit, and we got a seal. So we're just proving that it works, and then for production you're going to have a few more adjustments to make. And down here the tape goes over this nylon roller, and then there is a guide here that you can adjust with this knob. And also another consideration here is this was set up with 2 rubber rolls, an upper and lower rubber roll, and then when you're using the tape option you're supposed to replace the upper roll with this steel roll. So you have rubber pressing against the steel to make sure that it really smashes down your seam. So you'll get an even better seal once you put this in there. As far as the controls, we have it operated in pedestal mode, which is the blue pedestal as opposed to the other blue sidearm back there, or the quick arm. We're just running it normal mode, and then this is where you set the temperature and speed. So the lower temperature is actually it's an index value. It's just a number. It says 652. That doesn't mean 652 degrees. It's actually 423. So that's a number that relates to base speed and temperature. So as you raise, if you want to go faster, it will automatically raise the temperature. So we got it to seal in the low 300s, but it started sealing better in the low 400s. And then another factor is the pressure, the weld pressure. So you have to adjust that, and that's a regulator. So this is where we ended up with maybe four attempts. So we'll go ahead and put this in there. And also another note, when this was stitched, the stitch was too far away from the edge, and then when you would fold this open, it would actually be wider than the tape. So it needs to be stitched approximately like that, 1/4 inch from the end, or a wider tape needs to be used. So we just trim that down a little bit because this is the tape that we had here. So you hold down the raise wheel button on the foot station down here, and then put this in here. And then when you release the foot switch, it clamps. And then, so we'll go ahead and start going here. And I already sealed on top of this one, so it's stuck. Okay. And then obviously this takes a little technique that you got to get used to, but it smushed it down pretty flat, and it made a pretty decent seal here. And then you just need to get good at operating the machine to keep the two flaps open so it comes down on top of it. But that's right up against it, and that's sealed on there pretty good. And then if you're to, as it's cooling here, if you're to pull it, it's actually ripping up that fabric there. So it is on there.